Nico's Barbershop in Brooklyn.
Yep.
39@gmail.com. Log in, drop some questions. We're live, so check us out again. CommunityCuts39@gmail.com. And tonight we're talking about modern day men and women versus old school men and women. I don't even know why this is a topic, but
You know why it's a topic?
why?
Because modern women is not compatible for old-fashioned women.
Why are they compatible for old-fashioned women?
Because the modern women try to set new rules.
Modern day women try to set new
Let's
rules.
go into this modern day.
Nico, don't talk so loud.
What do you mean by that?
I see it.
You hear me, right?
The modern day women feel that because they're financially stable, they got a degree, they don't need a man for anything or a household. Old school women, they was raised, men is head of household, provide for his family. But the modern day women feel they don't need a man for nothing. So if you want to get technical about it,
Hey yo, my name is Brittany.
you know, I think the new, I call them millennial women. You know, they need to understand how their parents raises them and take the value that was birth. Don't take it for granted. What do I say about that?
Okay, wait.
I'm kind of, so I am a little confused.
About what?
With your thought process. So I guess y'all consider me old school because of my age.
Yes, we do.
Oh my God, Nico, you're so rude.
We just
But going back, yeah, I may be considered old school with a little modern twist. Like, I'm not saying, because I don't understand what they consider modern. Like, I'm old school, but I ain't cooking. I'm gonna be honest. Everything else.
Is it because you don't want to or you don't have to?
But I mean, I don't know how to really, and I'm honest. I don't. But if I learn, I can. But I do have a lot of old school values that I do follow. But I have a little modern twist to it. I'm very educated. And I mean, I don't know if I really care if a man provides or not. Like, I'm always.
But that's the modern women's attitude,
always
though.
raised to always be independent and make sure you can take care of yourself.
Guess what?
At the end of the
You're not
day,
independent, sis, because you can't even cook.
well, I can't cook if I need
You
to.
said you said I
I
can't
can't
cook.
cook. No, I
Making
can't.
tuna fish and boiled water is not cooking.
A good
Okay.
tuna fish sandwich.
But
Nah,
Haggis what?
But she just said she can't cook, right?
I can't cook these big meals, but if I need to eat, I'm gonna make me something to eat.
Wow.
But you were feeding you alone, but when you're feeding a man, it's
But
the
then that's a
man
different
quality.
story. That's a different story.
You don't
You
put
can't
take
cook
out
on
the
that.
top of the pants by y'all.
No, I'm not gonna
Tell
cook.
my boy
You
he
know
needs
what,
to go
Darren?
to
I'm only asking the question.
I'm not going.
Because you said you're a modern woman, but you're old school women, you have modern women, right?
Oh, see, you older than me, so you
No,
probably-
they're
your
good.
mindset is
You're
a
not
little
good.
different.
My mind said, I think young.
They're good.
Your mindset is a
I
little
think
different.
young.
So,
I think young.
you think,
I think young. I'm an old school cat with a mind that's young thinking.
You got one more?
but you're not, I mean, but what's your comment is like,
There's no more.
young women are not like old school women. Old school women come home to the man and make sure the man is cooked and things like that. I mean, there are some young school women that actually do that as well. But that's not all women want to do is come home and make sure the man can go home and cook too.
But that's not today's women. Today's women are raised. I'm not gonna say today's women. I'm gonna say modern women of value who was raised by old school methods. That's how they was raised to treat their man, how to raise a family. Today's women, the modern women, as you call yourself, who can't cook.
First of all, I can clean. Now I can clean.
Can't
No
wash
language.
clothes.
I can
Hold
wash
on.
clothes.
Be careful with the words you choose. Can't cook or refuse to
She
cook.
said she can't cook. I'm reading what
She
she
said
said.
he's talking about
You
all.
came on the end of this conversation, so hold
You
your
can't
place.
cook?
No,
She said she cannot cook.
She go buy the eggs and tuna.
Now you
fish
talking-
and stuff.
Y'all
I
not
don't, I don't believe her.
Y'all not gonna beat
Y'all
me.
about to beat up Juana because for one, you really starting to irritate me. The
Brittany, you
modern
cook?
day woman,
No.
yes, I can cook
Oh, okay.
very
can
well.
cook.
Yes, I can.
And you a modern day woman, yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Brittany's a modern day
I can
woman,
cook.
y'all.
What makes you a modern day woman?
Can I get
I just
tagged
learned
in?
how to clean. I ain't gonna lie.
She just
That's-
learned how to
that's-
clean.
That's the definition of
That's
modern day
horrible
woman.
because you can't really clean good. But go ahead.
Can somebody tag me in?
I clean up after your ass.
Yeah, come over here.
Can't
Never.
You have to shout out.
Take me.
Well, your dirty ass is here by yourself.
Can't do
I'm
one
a
again.
dirty one, but
Can I get
look at
tagged
your
in?
station compared to mine.
You're
Hey,
not talking about station. You're supposed
No,
to
that's
choose all
where
the
Bob
stations
is.
as a female.
And I do.
Yo, let me
And
tell
I
you.
do. So
That's
anyway,
like Brittany, hold me
so back
down.
to what I was saying. Yes, back in the days, women were taught to were taught to cook and clean and just be household women. That is correct. But now we are educated, financially stable,
fact.
independent.
Hold that thought. Whose side you on, sir?
It's not.
fact.
It's
It's a fact.
it's all
Wait,
the
let me
truth.
clarify
fact.
something.
I'm just saying,
It's no side
No,
here. No, there's no man's side, no women's side. It's all facts.
Right.
And see, you in a,
That doesn't necessarily mean I agree with the facts.
but you,
Yo, you
got
can't
old school
disagree with facts,
mentality.
man.
I understand what you're saying.
The
Women
facts
back
ain't-
in the days.
The women, first of all, you have to understand one thing.
Okay.
Women wasn't taught to do that. That's just how culture, and it was bred to do.
Okay, that was
Take
good.
care of that. Go. I'm gonna continue. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Greg.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Continue.
So basically, what I was saying is, y'all go ahead.
More women are in college. More
Yes,
women are
but that's
Insurance
financially
part over there.
stable.
Continue.
More educated now, so we're actually going to work. We're working. We're bringing home money.
Right?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
If I work 8 hours a day, plus come home, take care of your kids, and cook dinner, you can at least clean up and do something. Why you
Absolutely.
sitting there laying down on your butt?
Absolutely.
But hold on. But the question was not about a modern day woman taking care of her man and the kids.
Okay, but
Question
that's part of
was-
that's a
The
part
question
of
was
it. Right?
about a modern day woman.
No, so this is
You
the
added.
question.
Excuse me.
Let me
You
tell you what the question is.
added in the kids to take care of the household, the kids, the
No,
family.
no. But the question that we have is modern day men and women versus old school men and women. So she's saying, and what she's saying is correct. You got this. You truly think we back in the days.
Who?
You,
How you figure that?
because the way you try, I
But he's
understand.
an
where
old
you're coming
school
from, and I understand that. But my thing is,
With a modern day mentality. Stop playing
but
with
you
me,
can't
Delvin.
because you over there talking about what Brittany's saying.
I'm only pointing out the facts.
Listen,
If we're talking about modern day,
Nelly, whose side you
wanna
on?
come over here?
you on the right side.
Billy's
Let
on
me
his
tell you
own
something.
side.
First of all,
Billy's on his own side. What?
First of all, there is no real difference in the women except for certain things that women do now. Like the twerking, you're not gonna really see an old school woman outside twerking,
It's a big difference.
ass out, titties out. You're really not gonna see that with an old school woman because I'm not doing
It's
it.
a big difference.
I'm a grown woman at a certain age.
Working is a
And
bad
men
example.
like that to
outside.
a certain extent.
Classy restaurant.
That's right. I'm going.
Twerking is a
Fresco's
bad
or one of them.
example.
We going.
Because twerking is only a certain type of women. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
a-
not-
What does that mean? It's a
And
form of
just-
dance.
and it's
It's a
just
form of
dance.
dance.
It's
We
not-
know
it's
we
not
invented
dance, but I'm
dance, so
just
we can
saying.
dance.
But what does that mean? It's a type of woman. What does that mean?
It's society.
Actually, you're right, Brittany. It's just the
Society.
dance. Just the dance.
Back
Just
in
a
the day.
cultural expression.
Can I get tagged in?
It's just a cultural dancing is just a cultural form of expression. And old school women weren't twerking, they were what's that?
Grinding.
Butterflying.
But there
Y'all was
was
doing in the butt.
All that.
We have
but there was
respect for ourselves.
hold on.
We all get off topic.
One more.
Stop,
You know,
stop,
one
stop,
more.
stop, stop, stop.
Yeah, come on up, Mike.
Hold on, stop.
Say over in the shop.
Go ahead, Nico.
But they wasn't doing that when you go to dinner in a restaurant. A dinner in a restaurant to eat, nobody was twerking. No black people was twerking in a restaurant. It was classy at that time.
Oh, hell no.
No one was doing that. Come
Hell
on,
no.
stop
I
it.
That's
disagree.
what restaurant
What
you
what
have.
restaurant you was going in back in the
Back
day?
in the day when Shabba Ranks came on in a restaurant,
Are
them
you
girls was
stupid?
getting and
That's not true.
But
Turkey was
But-
at the
That's
time.
not
It
true.
was
There was no massive.
around.
In a classy restaurant?
Nico, he was like Nagasaki. That's what
Nagasaki,
Nagasaki.
all
But
right.
that
That's
was
not a
that.
classy
That was what
restaurant, bro.
Nagasaki was.
Nagasaki wasn't.
Classy restaurant.
Nagasaki wasn't.
Good
Let me get into this
A
conversation.
classy restaurant?
I'm tired of being in the background.
Classy restaurant.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast, Nico.
You're welcome.
first time here.
All right.
I've been watching the
Introduce yourself.
podcast for a while now. And now I'm here to let my views be,
Anytime, bro, you can come true.
Deli, you're crazy. Back in the day, there was not no twerking going on in no restaurant with
Thank
no
you.
grown women.
Thank you.
I don't know where you get that from.
But,
Nakasaki's was it wasn't a classy restaurant, but it was an upscale restaurant.
I know that,
People were coming from all over,
right.
eating there, and there was no twerking or nothing like that.
They would dance.
If they played a little music, yes, the women would get up and dance or whatever, but that's
Classy.
our culture.
There was classy dance.
That's our culture.
Okay.
But
We're
nobody
gonna
danced
dance,
on
we're
no
gonna move
table.
What
regardless.
justifies twerking is not classy.
No,
but
but-
I feel like we're focusing
It's
too
not
much on
classy,
that
it's just-
instead of the actual topic.
Yeah.
But go ahead and answer my
He's
question.
showing it off.
But we're comparing modern day
No.
women
The
with,
way you just talk,
No,
that's the way you need
I
to
was-
keep talking.
Modern day men and women with
You're
old school men and women.
That's all
That's
modern
the
day
way
women
you
is
just
right
talk.
there.
Okay,
But
it
when
does
you come
sense.
in,
Okay.
That's
you just
fashion,
go, oh,
yes.
That twerking is just a small fraction of modern day women.
we call it twerking. That's what we call it on it.
Teach that twerking.
My-
Outside though.
One of my main issues with the modern day women is they getting away from all the traditional values of the black family.
Yes, that's true.
Traditional, every
That's
Sunday was
perfect.
a
Your
home
voice,
cooked meal
right now.
I believe
where the
that.
whole
Right now,
family
that's
got
perfect.
together
Yes.
and
The way you
enjoyed the
talk.
meal. Everyone ate, everyone had a good time, families came over and everyone was together. Nowadays, it's not doing that. Nowadays, it's ordering food from Chinese, Italian,
So
wherever.
you're blaming the modern day women for that?
No, I'm not blaming the modern day women for that at all. I'm blaming society itself
Okay.
and the internet.
Okay.
Okay, the internet has a lot to do with that because they're putting these make-believe families on TV that is not coinciding with our black culture at all. They're making us believe that,
Everybody's twerking.
everyone is at a certain level and all of that. No, we're not. We have poor, we have middle class, and we have some that are above class,
Right.
You turn that off?
See what I'm saying? That's the difference. And that's.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
But we're
fact.
losing a lot of our values with this modern day,
So,
stuff anyhow.
I think
We have to
social
get
media
back
plays
to
a
the
okay, so let's get to this. The modern day man. How come he isn't the same as the traditional old school
You
man?
just said it.
Whoa,
The modern day man?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I would consider myself old school,
Mhm.
but I'm also modern.
Yeah.
I'm at home, I'm cooking as much as I want
But the
to.
modern day man, he wants to be catered to.
No,
There's nothing
no,
wrong
no,
with that.
no,
There's
not
nothing
necessarily.
wrong.
Not necessarily.
That's that millennial
Not
baby
necessarily.
man.
These days, there's a lot of black men. There's a lot of black men that are home cooking.
Thank you. Yes.
A lot of black men that are home cooking.
Come on.
And the reason that is being because the women are the breadwinners,
You think
are the providers.
so? You think the men, the modern day men, you think the modern day men, feel like because the females are making more money that they feel like they should be taking care
No,
of them?
I don't really think that's.
That's what you saying?
No, I'm not
That's
saying
that,
that.
I'm not saying that.
We're
I'm
not saying that at all.
That's something that's agreed upon within the household. Because you're gonna find that household where the woman is financially the provider.
For the modern day
male-
dudes.
The modern women,
And technically, the men are better cooks.
absolutely,
For the modern day dudes.
huh?
Talking about the modern day guy.
Old
They got it.
school, new
Right.
school, the men are better cooks than the women.
Oh yeah, we know that. So that's not a discussion.
So when you ask that question,
Except the animal.
the-
We can't since we don't cook.
but you have to understand, the modern day woman can only excel from how the old school tradition was instilled in her.
Right, you're right. And
Because
guess
she's
what?
gonna take what she was taught
Yeah.
to become as a woman. And the old school values, what she was taught as a woman, how to take care of a man, take care of a household, how to take care of her kids, her children. Now, once they instill all that, and they stomach that, now they took the whole new level because they figure they're hearing what is being taught to them from their parents, their grandparents, limited education plays a role, right? So they figure I'm a modern day individual. Now, my parents, now I'm an individual who has a college education. I heard my grandparents and my mom have to say about how to raise a family. Okay? But they lose track of that. Because they only want to say, because I'm the breadwinner and I'm the provider, I make $90,000, I don't need a man for nothing. So now that take the question, because now you find a lot of men who are home bodies,
We're talking about
raising the children.
and
Hold on, which that was double the case when it comes to old school racing.
the old school.
Today's modern men, a lot of them are taking care of the kids, their home kids.
But we
Take
know
care of the
this.
kids at home. The woman is the provider.
We know this.
And we as men,
That's why I
or
was
them
saying-
as men, have no problem with that.
The women are
Okay, have no problem with that.
more financial.
Because
Let me say
it's
something down, let me interject here for a moment. So yeah, you are right, a lot of the values that were in place back in the days have definitely changed. Number one, we do have a lot of grandmothers that are very young, so they outside in the streets, they outside. You know what I'm saying?
I got an
That's the
issue with
problem.
that.
A lot of people.
I do have an
wanna be
issue with that.
outside, and everybody wanna live this fantasy of Mona Scott got these housewife things going around, so people are trying to live that lifestyle, like Hindu said, getting away from the traditional values of what it was to have a black household. Not just a black household, but any household.
household
In
period.
general. You know, we've all getting away from that in this new age, and it's like, everybody wanna be outside, wanna be seen, wanna have the latest everything, that they forget the struggles and what your families went through back in the days, like, your parents ain't have all that, but you out here flaunting in front, and instead of being in the house, cleaning your house. You know, I'm gonna be honest, when I used to work for one of the jobs I used to work for, and I went to some of these girls' houses, some of these hot girls that's on social media popping, and I went into their home.
You don't even want to sit there.
Embarrassing.
You don't even want to sit there.
You don't even wanna sit down, the house is dirty, the kids looking like who got it, but they outside, and you men is outside with the modern mess.
I've never met a woman like that.
Well, I'm telling
If
you,
you're
they're out
Italian,
there.
you come pull up, bro.
I'm old school. I'm an old school woman, but I'm the old school that I don't cook, and I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't in the kitchen when grandma was in the kitchen cooking. She never told me to come inside because she treated me like a princess. I'm gonna be honest.
I honestly.
So that's my thing, but if
In
I
my
wanted to
young
cook,
days,
this,
I
I
was in
can
the
learn.
kitchen.
But I'm just saying, I
But
don't
you
know
like
how to
these
cook.
scones from
I
my
honestly, I honestly think
I used to be in the kitchen.
the powers that be, I honestly think the powers that be, the people who control the narrative, the media,
Right.
got us believing that that's what we were about.
The media is responsible for that.
And they portray us as crackheads, they portray us as deadbeats, they portray us as not the women you just described, but in reality, our community, majority is not like that.
It wasn't like that at all, so I'm
That's what
saying,
I'm saying.
why would
But-
somebody think that? If someone says
Because
that,
that's
you're
all
supposed to
they
believe
see,
that?
because that's all they're seeing in the media.
No, that's just,
That's all
that's
they're
just somebody
seeing,
being
because she
weak,
just
right?
said it, she said, she's seeing girls
That's
out
just
there.
somebody being
But that's
weak minded.
All I'm saying is,
That's a small portion.
that's,
It is a small portion.
so when we're trying to compare modern day women to old school women,
can't-
We're talking about modern
You
day
really
old
can't
school
compare
women
that.
practices.
No, but you really can't.
I think
You
you
can't. It's no
can't.
comparison. But
Why?
you can't really,
because
There's no good comparison.
in human evolution, we change.
right.
This is a different generation. This is a different time. And you also have to
That's what we're
consider,
talking about,
let me
though.
finish though, you also gotta consider the historical aspect of it. In our community, we were not allowed to do what we were supposed to do.
What you mean?
Why not?
We
No,
weren't
you
allowed,
gotta say what you talking about.
we weren't allowed to buy homes in certain communities. We weren't allowed, the men weren't allowed to live in a home with their kids
It's called
if the,
redlining.
if the women want to get some help from the government. There's a whole lot of systemic things in play to divide us, to break us down as a family. All of this was happening, and then here comes crack.
Oh.
And you have a big chunk of unemployed young black men who can't get a job.
But that's old school men, right?
And that's us. That's
That's
we
society
become the
today.
old school men right
That's
now.
also
Now,
society today.
I'm just saying that because I need us to include all of that in our conclusions when we come into these modern day old school things. Because
Well, hey,
the
Del, with all
reality
respect,
is, the
we're not
reality is-
narrowing it down to what you just stated. We're comparing modern day old school methods from women male perspective, right? we're not narrowing it down to what the conclusions are.
It's a different time, man.
That's why I said it's old school and modern. It's comparison, bro. And you being,
But I'm saying, but
but
you know,
I
that's
understand what you're
what
saying.
I'm
Don't
saying.
get me wrong.
But D, this really, you really can't compare.
It is a comparison.
I know what you're saying, you really can't compare.
You
because-
can't do that because the methods are totally different.
All right, but
Because
yeah,
time is different.
times have definitely, we do evolve, like time has changed, so certain
So
things that
time
you
is
used to do.
changing, methods
But
are
I think like what you're saying, like the old school values of a home and things that take place in the home, like the Sunday cooked dinners, things like that should stay in place. No, that should still be something that should be in place.
There's no need to.
Some days is over.
There's no need to cook on a Sunday
Some days
anymore.
is over.
Why is
You might go to work on Monday.
Because number one, everybody's on their phone.
Everybody on their phone.
Yeah,
Some
that's-
days is
That's
over.
what we talked
The
about. That's what we
household,
talked about with
leave
media.
your phones off.
That's what we talked about with the
Some
media.
days is over.
Yeah,
Turn your phone off.
but remember these
You're not bringing, in a traditional black family, you're not bringing your phone.
This
You know,
generation,
dinner.
this
This
generation,
One at a time, one at a time.
this generation was born with the phone. We weren't.
Can I
We
get a mic?
let them be born
That's
with
fine.
the
No
phone.
technology.
We act like that.
Can I get a mic?
So, but what can you say is correct.
Can I get a mic?
Listen,
We
what you
act
said
like
is
that.
correct. Let that phone go
Can I
at
get
the
a
table.
mic?
There's no phones, you can't bring no phones at the table.
Exactly.
No, you can leave it
Head
right
of
there.
the household must regulate what they will allow
Yeah,
to bring into the house when it's time for certain things. And when that dinner time, you don't bring cell phone to the dinner table.
Listen.
right.
That's our old school man. We
Let me
didn't have cell
hear
phone back
let me
then.
hear what H gotta say. Let me hear H, go ahead, H.
Let me get the camera.
Hey, yo,
Yeah, let's talk. Let me hear your voice, yo.
All right, Adams.
Listen.
You call it that,
Them
Adam.
old school Sunday dinners right now, ladies and gentlemen, are over.
No, they not. No, they not.
No. Listen,
No,
listen.
I gotta drink
Let me
that.
talk. Let me talk.
Let me finish.
It's a wrap.
I need to drink.
Okay. The way we grew up back in the days, Sunday dinners, no cell phones, no beepers. That was how the family got together.
That's still going on in
That's
my household every Sunday.
still got together. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right now, with all this technology and everybody got their phones and gadgets and stuff like that, it makes it hard. That's the difference between modern technology, modern day, and the old school. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, we sat down at the table, Sunday dinner, all day, all night. Friday, Saturday, every day we had dinner. Every day we had dinner. Our parents, there was no phone. We didn't grow up on social media, nothing like that. Yeah.
There's no such thing as
There was no
that.
such, yeah, there was
So
no
my
such
thing
thing.
to you is,
No,
so
hold
you,
on, hold on,
but I'm gonna ask you a
hold that
question.
thought, hold that thought. Social media, and I'm gonna say it.
Careful what you say.
No, I'm gonna say it. I'm
He
gonna
retired. He don't give a damn.
Social media
I'll
is
give
ruining the
that.
Go
black
ahead, go ahead.
community.
Social media has fucked up the black community,
Thank you.
and I said it.
Thank you.
In
And
what
I said
way?
it.
In what
Say
way?
it again.
And I said it.
In what way?
And because of the
Say it
technology,
again.
our kids cannot have a productive conversation at the dinner table.
It's because they socially awkward. I don't have nothing to do with
They on
it.
their phone, they pay attention.
They can't even read
You know,
right.
back in the day, to sit down and have a family dinner
And you
with your
discuss
mom,
issues.
pops, and you discuss school issues. Pops, how's school? H, what's going on? And you discuss issues. And I believe that the younger generation right now, we're not using the social media as we should. It's a great tool, but if you use it the wrong way, it's fucked up.
Now,
That's all I gotta say.
so my thing is.
Sorry for the cursing, but you know, that's what it is.
So let me ask you.
That's what it is.
So when you say we use it for the wrong, I mean, I wanna go back to that one thing. I got a mic. I'm mic separated.
Yeah.
So my thing to you is,
Oh.
if you saying that we use the social media in the wrong way, which way should we use social media?
That's the right way. Social
I'm
media.
asking you to tell me your definition of what you consider the right way.
As a
Okay, I'm gonna
learning
tell you right
tool
now.
that
It's a
helps us-
learning
No,
tool.
but I want
I'm gonna let you know right now. It's a learning tool to get to, if you got family overseas or away and you can't get in contact with
Or you
them,
wanna
you
make
use
money.
social media. A lot of young cats are using social media differently. A
and you
lot of
know
young
something?
cats are beefing on social media for what? We didn't do that back in the day. You understand what I'm saying? Back in the day, you use your hands. A lot of young cats is I call them internet thugs, internet technical thugs.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
what
saying? We
they
didn't
call
do
it.
that back in the day.
I'm
You understand what I'm saying?
Social
So
media
now, I got
thugs.
something for you.
Social media is a beautiful tool if you use it effectively.
Okay, so now, H, you said something, so two things you said, I'm gonna go to the social media thing. But one of the things you said, the family dentist is dead. I beg to differ, if you really, if a family really wanted to still incorporate that into their, how they daily routines every Sunday, they can.
They can, but are they
most
doing
people-
it?
But most people
My
don't,
family's doing it.
a lot of families are broken, that's the first thing,
Okay,
that's the number one thing, there are a lot of broken families, so that's the number one thing.
you're right.
So, no, it's not gonna happen, but if people really chose to have Sunday dinners, they can, but then you got a lot of people that work on the weekends, mothers that work on the weekends, because they gotta, provide for their, families, and that's another topic for another day, we talked about
Absolutely
that
right,
before.
and I agree
But
with
then-
you and can do on that topic.
So now with the
It can still
social
happen.
media,
Yes.
my thing with the social media is the people that created these TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, some of the things that we do in these other countries like China, they don't even do half the stuff that we do.
It's employment.
In
It's a money
China,
maker.
TikTok is more for educational purposes.
It's a
You
money maker.
understand? For us, they give us craziness out here showing you how to steal cars and all kinds of
Yeah,
things.
because they
And the
know.
problem is, the problem is the families. If families decided to say, you're not gonna have this social media, I'm not gonna get you no phone, then guess what? The way in which we do things will be so different. And I read something and I read it or saw it, somebody posted something about social media going down, like the internet going down. And how are people going to react to that?
They can't live on that. They
I can because I grew up without social media.
But see, we old school.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying? We grew up playing tag.
right.
We grew up riding bikes.
We grew up with no encyclopedias.
Encyclopedias.
No, remember?
Payphones.
Tell a young kid about encyclopedia, they don't know what the hell that is.
We grew up playing football outside. Tag.
Bolivia.
Bolivia. One, two,
Kick the
three,
can,
manhunt. Manhunt.
Games.
That's
Ain't
right.
doing that no more. These kids ain't doing that no more. I'm 50 years old. We grew up doing all of that. Stickball, baseball, kickball, punchball. These kids can't live without their phones. So how they gonna be able to have a Sunday dinner? They don't even know what the fuck a Sunday dinner is.
Right.
And that's what it is.
They know?
I don't want to
Most
drop the
kids
mic 'cause I
don't.
don't want to break
Don't
it.
drop
But
the
my
mic.
family still has that.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, you know, we all got good points, but they use it as
All right, listen, I'm about to flip the script right now. I'm gonna take it back. Here. I'm not cursing.
Sorry for
Just
cursing.
gonna-
But listen, I'm about the oldest dude up in here. Okay? I'm 68 years old. You wanna take it back? You wanna talk for real? Let's keep it real. Okay? Listen, we're talking about old school. Puerto Rican over time. We're talking about Sunday dinners. Listen, that was a must, that was a necessity. You had to be there, I don't care what you had to do. You shorty, your friend, but they ain't gotta go. Hello, no, listen, be there, front and center for Sunday dinner with grandma, grandpa, nanny, mommy, Mama Dukes, Papa Dukes, so on and so forth. Okay? Be there, all right, and do that. Okay? Don't be fun, don't be, all right, play like, oh, I gotta be here, I gotta be there. No, you got to be here. Okay? Talk about shorties today who can cook, who can be this, can be that. Listen, I told you, I am 16 years old. I've been messing with shorties in the 30s.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, so we'll take it back. We'll take it back. All right, let's take it back.
But listen,
Or you shorty can step my grip. You want to step my grip? Here you go. Listen, there's the door. See ya. We want to be here. Hello. All right, because I step up. Because I can step up. I will step up in a heartbeat. All right, I step up better than shorty.
H,
All right. That's it, more.
No, you good. President.
Listen.
She's the curator.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she's running the show.
Go on, take it.
listen.
But she got no mic.
If I'm saying something wrong, let me know.
No. Go ahead, Darryl.
Go on.
I mean, at the end of the day, we were discussing,
We went up to, oh, We do, wait, hold on.
We always
We
go
never
on
stay
top.
on, we never stay on top of it. We in the barbershop, like, come on, realistically.
But that's the,
We never stay on top of it.
that's
But his
the
respect,
love of
it's keeping it real,
prospect.
it's real.
Yeah. What he said was real.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was.
Because no matter what, so, sorry, Daryl talking.
Opinion is honored. We always tend to start on a podcast with a topic, and we always go left, right, or center. Okay, so we're not going to say that we're wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to the conversation. We was going modern women, man, to
Old school.
old school men and women. Let's be realistic. When it comes down to the modern man and women. If a modern man and woman was raised from an old school family, some of the ways they was raised from the old school family, man and women, it's gonna spill over to how they think. Okay, and that's just nature or how we was raised. And because we had our parents, and if you wasn't raised by your parents, you got your grandparents who made sure they thought they did the best job to instill their process of how to raise you to become an adult. They made sure they thought you had the best information to become the best individual as a person possible.
That's right.
Right?
We ain't say much of that today.
Now, I'm going to say this.
We can hear you chewing.
The modern man and woman compared to the old school, it wouldn't be no modern man and woman if it was old school.
You're right. The old
At
school
all.
started it. I mean, we get
Old
that.
school
Z.
paved the way for the modern family today.
Z, make sure you instill in your family that they stay old school instead of modern.
I'm an old school cat, but
So-
a
so-
modern
so-
I'm talking about your
family.
family, I'm talking about your
So,
children.
so you're anti-modern, is that what I'm getting?
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm saying.
anti-modern. I never said that. What are you talking
You
about?
said that, you
How
cannot be
can I be
anti-modern.
anti-modern? Like,
She
yo,
didn't say that.
you on my
You said make sure
You
you.
told me
side? No.
it's still.
You
I'm
cannot
telling
be
him to make sure he
anti-modern.
instill in his family so those rituals and routines from back in the day can stay.
But some of those
This
old
family's
school
old
rituals were fucked up.
How was the old school?
Talk about it.
Yeah,
What
but I'm just
ritual
saying.
was messed up, though?
I'm trying to
When,
figure it out.
when the woman gotta stay home and fucking take whatever the man is gonna do to her and get beaten and all that shit is fucked up.
Wait,
Oh,
what,
yeah,
what,
we
what
know that.
families was doing
What?
that, Billy?
Hold on, rewind that.
Back in the day,
Doing that.
back in the
Gully
day,
family.
men was beating
That's
up.
Gully family. No, I don't know where family. I don't know family.
What black families back in the day was doing that, Billy?
No,
I can do it, Jay.
Y'all missing the whole point.
One at a
It's about
time.
traditional.
Hold on.
It's about traditional. One at a time. That's a whole different topic. Yeah. Hello.
Let's- no, 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 no,
But it's still a part of it. It's still under
No,
that
let's
umbrella.
stick to the
No,
script.
it is the script. It is,
It's a part of
No,
it.
But
no,
tell me.
listen.
but
We-
tell me.
we
but
can't-
listen.
You gotta stop interrupting. We gotta stop interrupting.
Hold on, H.
Whoever got the mic, let them speak.
Go ahead,
Got
Daddy.
it. Let me speak.
Hey,
You right.
Daddy.
No, I'm saying.
I'm
So
gonna give
Daddy,
it to I'm gonna give it to Kelly.
Let them.
back to what you were saying.
I'm gonna give it to Kelly.
Realistically,
This ain't no.
Kelly,
where
you
was
gotta
that
elaborate
on?
on what you just
Where
said.
was, yeah, you had to.
Alright.
He don't
Hey,
get
I'll pass the mic to you. Here you go.
Some traditional values. We need to leave back in tradition. Some. And I honestly believe
You gotta stop that.
the one where women have to obey the husband,
right.
that shit needs to be back in the 1950s, where it belongs. Again, you're gonna disagree with me on this. We are in the 21st century. You know what I'm saying? Things are moving faster. We need both families to be equal partners in this. Now, what does that mean? For me, is everybody gotta play their role. Mothers play their roles, fathers play their roles, but without some of those traditional values like terrorizing the mothers.
And we agree with you on that, but we're still saying, but what we're saying is, and what you said is no longer, well, H must have said it, but we agree with you on that. It's, everything should be split, like the responsibilities, if there's a two,
Can't be split.
if there's a two, okay, if it's a two-person household, both people should do some share of the work.
They do their role.
Yes, but I'm saying, everybody, if it's a two-family household.
Right.
But if it's not, then that can't be. But I'm saying,
But even if it's not a two-family household, there are dads out there that are holding it down that's not in the house.
oh, you know, right, I always said
You know
that,
what I'm saying? So
I salute
it's
you,
non-traditional.
I salute Nico.
It's non-traditional, but in the modern era, dads are holding down households even though they're not in the house.
What do you mean by that?
They're living somewhere else.
It's called child support, right?
They're doing child support.
It's called child.
They're also showing up
And the
for
mortgage,
their
they pay the
kids.
mortgage.
They're also showing up for their kids when they have to, whether it's graduation, whether it's school meeting with the
They're putting the
principals,
$200 sneakers on his feet.
whatever it takes. Dads who may not be living in the traditional household is still, and I think I saw Oprah said it one day, today, more black men, the media is not gonna show us this, it's Oprah, I'm going with Oprah right now. Oprah,
She did say it.
more black men are so involved with their kids.
Oprah
Are
did
we-
say that.
Are we seeing this on the media? No, because they're still showing us a bullshit narrative that these kids are single parent.
Oh,
blah,
no
blah, blah,
fathers.
blah, blah.
Sorry me,
And
sorry
we're
you,
getting
sorry
sucked
me,
into
sorry.
that narrative because that's the narrative we've been brainwashed since the
Oh,
70s,
no.
the 80s,
No.
and the 90s. But they can't let it go.
I sent you that on
But
Instagram.
don't show when you front out, when you push out, when you come in your pocket.
No, they talk about
They don't show that, they don't show that, no.
They talk about more black men take care of their kids better than any other race
I mean, black
into
men
this
take care.
society. That's what they're saying.
But that
All-
all
all-
goes back to what we're talking
Compared to
about.
all race.
That goes back to what we all talking about.
But that's
Media
also-
doesn't want us.
But they don't
anybody to
show
see.
that.
But that's all.
Media does not want
One at a
everybody
time.
to see
We're
that.
all
So
scumbags.
they're
But
not
that's
gonna
also-
talk about it. They're not gonna mention that on social media
Oh no, yes.
You gotta
because they don't
understand one
want the world to know that.
Especially old school men.
And before we get to that point, we have to fix a lot of things that stem in our culture before we get to that point of fixing what black men do with their kids.
Okay.
Okay, now, and this is a topic that has something to do with what we're discussing, but every topic we discuss is a spin-off from what we should be discussing. Meaning, everything has a step and a meaning to it. I think Nico just touched on it. At the end of the day, yeah, Oprah said what? We have more black men providing for the children.
Not providing, involved.
Involved.
I'm gonna be cutting my speaking about it.
Right.
I didn't finish my comment.
I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry.
Okay, school
Please
teachers.
forgive me.
I can forgive it.
Please forgive me.
Okay, provided and involved with
with
their children. I'm a fan of no system should allow to tell a man what he's supposed to provide or how much he's supposed to pay to
I
provide
don't
for
know
a
how
child.
we got to this shit, but
The bottom line is the man needs to understand you don't let the court decide what you're supposed to provide for your child. If you're a man, if you're a real man and you know that's your child, you take care of your business, right? So when it comes down to decision making, modern women can only excel for what they was talking about old school teachings. Bottom line, because without old school teachings, they'd be lost.
But I'm old school.
They gotta take something away from old school teaching because why? How would they get to the point they are right now? If you don't take everything from old school teaching, you took something from it.
You gotta take something.
You
Something.
have to.
So they can't just say,
So, I'm gonna add to what you're saying. Right?
Okay.
I'm just adding. In the rational sense, right? We take the positive from the old school and use it and modernize it with the new technology and the way the world is right now. So, what does that look like? Some good A-school students hearing a song, I'm going back to the original conversation, hearing a song when they're out having dinners with their friends that they like and they start twerking. That does not demean them as an individual, as a female. or make them less than the old school women who wouldn't
Nobody
do that.
said that. Nobody said that.
I'm just using that as an example.
But you can't use that as an example.
We can't. You used it. You said twerking in the dinner, and Nico supported you with that twerking.
But I'm
thing.
saying,
But that's, as Brittany said, that's just a dance.
no,
We
but I'm
can't
saying,
look at
but
that
I'm
and say they're
saying,
less than
Sally,
value.
but it's still,
That's what I'm saying.
so I don't care, you keep talking about this, they can dance at a dinner. They can't dance at a dinner. If you had an expensive restaurant, a fancy restaurant,
They don't play twerking music.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
But if
that's, I mean, if you
No.
had, the
I
only
know.
time, I mean, if you had a
Brunch
brunch,
twerking just a twerk.
if they had brunch, okay, and they one of them brunches where the music is playing, then it's fine. But all this extra stuff that they be doing with the just twerking everywhere and everything hanging out and outside, even like, come on,
come on,
it's certain.
Why is that so much of the issue though? Why do you keep going back
because
to
we
that?
look modern, old school.
Well, you keep
But it's so
talking about
funny
this
Yeah,
that-
that's
thing.
like,
Because
that's,
it's more
you can't, you
This whole
cannot.
conversation,
It's
all you
interesting.
took out was the
It's
twerking.
interesting.
But
All
that's
you
what it's
took
about.
out was the twerking.
No, I think I know it's about.
Well,
Twerk,
but-
twerk.
Twerking at the
You don't want your woman to be in it. You don't want your woman in the
Hold on.
restaurant.
Why do you feel like twerking
No, I don't
is
want
twerk?
You ain't even wifing her, so go sit down.
No,
So-
No, I don't
That's
want-
right.
Wait,
you get personal. Wait a minute.
You know what's so funny? I know we all have old school values, right? And our old school grandma
Yeah, I don't
and
want my
great
I
grandma
don't want my woman twerking.
played
While
our
she
old
sit
school
on
great grandma,
I don't want
grandparents see.
Especially if they play twerking music.
Right.
Exactly.
And it goes back to what you said.
Exactly.
So what if they playing twerking music?
The first thing anyone would say is that man has no control I mean not control, but that woman has no respect for that man that she's sitting with.
Just to
Okay?
get up and do
For a
that.
woman to get up and start twerking in a restaurant
what
or something?
reason?
So that's why I went back to twerking. Yes? Are you
No.
hearing this?
For what
I'm
reason though?
listening. There's no respect. I'm agreeing with them. There's no respect.
The woman feel like twerking.
I don't care. It's a time and a place.
Thank you.
Really?
It's a time and a place.
Says who?
But hold on,
Yes.
Time and a
watch
place
this.
for
But
everything.
twerking only
Says who?
hold on, watch
That's
this.
me.
Watch
Says
this.
the
Watch
school
this.
teacher.
Say class.
Guess
That's my
what?
school teacher.
Say class.
Guess what? Twerking only
Say class.
is only a dance to show their ass.
Class.
Right?
Don't be like
I'm
asses.
sorry?
No, say
Twerking only
class.
I
is
got
a
asses.
dance
I'm a school
to
teacher.
display.
Yo,
What?
stop with the
Hold
school
on.
teacher, motherfucker.
He's a
Don't be like
pedophile.
asses.
He's a pedophile. Don't worry about it.
Yo, don't get it.
Twerking.
Yo, delete that shit. Fucking wrong with this guy.
Twerking on display. Twerking is a dance on display. How the girl can move her ass, right or wrong?
No,
Well, listen, y'all
No?
not,
no.
y'all not wiping nobody.
Give me the
That's just outside
twerking woman.
twerking.
I'm wiping the
No,
Look
twerk.
it up.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
It's
No,
a
you're not. I
dance,
know
right?
you. I
It's
know
just
you
a
for-
dance.
I know you for 30
It's a
years.
dance.
It's just a
I
dance.
know
This
you.
is
One
for
of you
what?
guys. That's fine.
So what about doing it in the butt? Does that mean
It wasn't twerking.
you doing it in the butt
It
though?
wasn't twerking.
That's a
It's
soul.
a different
That
dance.
was
You're not dancing.
But y'all, it's a dance to go to.
It's a different
It's
dance.
No, you wasn't dancing. You didn't just get up and dance in the restaurant on nobody.
Doing the butt is a grinding dance, not twerking.
But what's the difference?
What's
There's
It's
the
a-
difference?
still sexual.
There's an interaction
No.
between a male and a female. Now that you bend over
And
shake
show them
your
how to
ass,
dance outside the fly
it
ring.
was
You
different.
can twerk standing up.
No, but even if you standing up, it was a dance.
Are you a twerker?
Between a male and
Show us
a
what you
female.
working with.
No, see?
Yeah.
Put on camera. But she got a problem with that.
Now, if your wife, you had dinner with your wife and she just starts working, what you gonna do?
She gonna get the voice.
This is just that old school mindset. Now, modern dudes now,
Well,
they
pull
got
out money and stop throwing it at
yeah.
her, right?
Yeah.
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 It's a school teacher.
Shit.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Stop it, dude. Stop
If
it.
your wife got cooking in a restaurant, she ain't gonna be with you for long, baby.
Yo,
Exactly.
Okay?
Y'all are
She
sick.
ain't long. The
Y'all
same as twerking
You
for
go back to that
She gonna go to next restaurant for the next man.
Nah,
And get $1.
Wait, hold on.
He gonna
Let me ask
smack
you.
her ass, look at that.
We got the most old school dude in here. Dude, if your woman is twerking in a restaurant,
For who?
are you walking out the restaurant and
get
leaving
in
her?
front of the camera, dude.
Absolutely.
If
Oh,
she's twerking, if she was my woman,
Yes.
she would not twerk.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you.
Now, what you guys say about that, Deli?
Deli woman would.
Deli woman would.
If my shorty looks good and got a nice ass, she can twerk anywhere she wants.
Can I get
And
the mic?
everybody, anybody.
And I'm gonna smack that ass.
Everybody,
Smack
anybody.
that ass.
Can I get the mic?
She twerks for me. For
Oh,
me.
stop.
That's
The
how
restaurant.
that's how modern day school teachers.
That's why they ain't got no races for longevity.
Oh.
That's why they got
Why?
no races. Because they got fucked up values.
That what?
Effed up values.
Okay.
That's his opinion, man.
Okay.
I got 40 years. I can speak on it.
I know that.
He married 40 years. Everybody, he just had an anniversary. Congratulations for 40 years of marriage.
No.
30
30
years.
I'm sorry,
30 years
30 years.
married. 30 years together.
30 married.
Hey, let me go back to Denver. I'm together. Everybody.
And he just came off his cruise from him and his wife. And I had a birthday last week. And it's Nico's birthday, so you know we about to pop somebody. So you're back to the top.
Now, get back to you. Hold on. Get back to Deli. And tell- I'm sorry. Hold on, H. Hold on. Deli fucking explain. Hey, hey, Deli. Somebody.
And he ain't got no food for anybody. I'll give y'all the
Please say you gonna get everybody your address.
Listen, y'all. Let's stop this shit.
That's cool.
Let's stop this bullshit. There ain't no way y'all letting y'all wifeys twerk in a
In a restaurant.
Hold on, B. Hold on.
Wait,
The
Let me
simple-
I don't want H finish. I don't want you finish. Stop. No, I don't want you finish.
No.
Let him-
No, I don't want you finish.
No.
I don't want you finish.
No.
Listen, H.
Stop. No, wait, no.
No, you gotta look at me first.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
No, you can't.
No. Stop the fucking bullshit.
No, you know why I say
No.
You know why I'm saying that?
Let me talk.
No,
Let me talk.
I'm gonna let you talk.
No, let me talk.
No, I gotta-
Nico,
Let me
Nico.
talk.
No, I don't want you to
No,
talk.
let me talk.
I don't want you to talk.
No, I'm gonna
No,
talk.
I don't want you to talk.
I'm gonna talk.
He's not speaking directly to the person.
No, I'm gonna talk.
It's him. Exactly.
He's not speaking
He said
directly
it's
to the
gonna
person.
say
That's why I said I
Y'all
want you to
gotta-
talk.
all right, y'all gotta-
Speak to him. It's only he's saying that. It's your freaking
You
mouth saying that.
Oh, God.
Stop it.
That's
With your
nothing.
bullshit.
That's nothing.
You're right.
Speak.
Yo, can I Yo, hello, audience. Talk direct. My name is H.
That's your man.
Talk direct. I drink Henny and
Don't side talk.
I can't even get a word in. Can we start over?
Yes.
Yes, hey.
Now we could speak directly to the person you talk to.
He the
So he's the only one that wants third.
He
That's
was
my guy.
One, two.
Yeah, we step on the ass, we're gonna be wrong. Right?
One, two. Can I get a word in?
You got it. It's yours.
Okay.
Yeah, that was yours. Go ahead.
Now, talk to Deli.
What I was previously saying before I got interrupted, I'm always keep it real. I'm H. I'm drink Henny and honey. I always keep it real. There's no way that I'm gonna let my lady twerk at a restaurant. Deli,
You nasty ass.
you're crazy. I love Deli, ladies and gentlemen. Put the camera on Deli. Deli's
Put
my
that shit.
man. We go back 27 years comedy. Deli, you out of your mind, my brother.
I want to know why he wanted that to happen. Though. He said
We
it's
ain't
okay.
doing that.
He said it's okay.
Our wifeys ain't doing that.
But he said it's okay.
Now, if you with, and I'm gonna say it, cause I don't care. If you with one
Side
of these
piece.
ratchet chicks or side piece that you don't give a fuck about, yeah, I said it. Then it is what it is. Your wifey ain't gonna be twerking at no goddamn restaurant. Like stop, y'all.
Thank you.
Like, what are we talking about? Here?
Exactly.
What is he talking about?
Thank you, H. You have.
I love you, Deli, but
You're not doing it.
well, we
Nonsense.
have about 3 bottles of privileges right now. I don't know. That's still my man's in them, but you ain't gonna let wifey twerk at no.
Nah, Deli just talking junk.
We all 50 years old. Like what we doing?
Oh,
We know all 50.
Well, OG.
Some of us are still young.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in my 20s.
So
you don't count.
that's all I just have to say. That's it.
Jubilee
Keep
squad.
it.
Yeah, but seriously.
What are the
How
seriously.
much are you talking about?
But
So that-
Well,
Hold on, let the guy listen.
He got something for you now.
He talking.
Thank you for your honest critique. I love it.
That's my man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now you sorry.
What I'm sorry for is the fact that none of y'all can admit that we like it when we see certain bitches twerk.
You stupid.
I'm sorry.
Yo, cut the podcast.
Come on.
Turn around. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now you just took it the wrong way. I'm quite sure everybody likes to see that.
You're right, though.
Because I don't like
You're
to
right.
see that.
They look at my wife.
Interview over.
There's a difference.
Hey, interview over. Done.
It's not gonna be the White House.
It's
So
over.
that's the
It's over.
difference.
The topic just went from modern to old school related to twerking. It's over.
We can only have real serious conversations.
All I wanna know is
We'll
what's
never-
the real
we'll
second
never-
part?
we'll never-
But I love that for us. I love
That's
that.
all I wanna know. What's the fancy so I can keep my family
Oh,
far away?
We like that
That's my
twerking
point.
shit.
Now, you know what? Okay, turn that camera around. Brittany,
So, as a
You
modern
gonna
you
woman,
gotta go get some air right
You
now.
gonna
I
twerk master?
definitely value old school
You gonna twerk
traditions,
master?
but let's twist them up.
What?
Okay, Sunday dinner is a must. I'm definitely here for Sunday dinner being a must. What else? I don't know. I'm not that old. You know,
Don't get shy on
we
camera.
got,
Stand
I'm
that
very
way.
shy.
So
You're not old school, you're young school,
Yeah.
you're modern.
Done this, done this.
I know you know, when it comes down to old school traditions
Yes.
as to new school,
So,
culture.
Mhm.
so right.
Old school tradition, which would consist of some of them, it's going straight across the board.
Right.
And at the end of the day, and it's funny because it's a show on TV that I love, and it's called Blue Bloods,
That's a 1 year.
right?
I want.
I don't
that's a
care
1
what
year.
they encounter, what they do, how is they going each other's throats. On that Sunday dinner,
Nobody said that shit, but
they're at the table,
Yes.
They are.
hell or high water,
Yeah.
hell or high water. And I think when it comes down to how we were raised, our old school parents taught us to be that person or that family, or they want us to be that family
Yeah.
to discuss all issues and matters that might exist or come up for that moment.
And you know what, something, you know what, Darryl, and also like a lot of old school families are really like split up, like some siblings don't live here, so they live somewhere else. So sometimes some families are not really going together.
Yo, what up, bro?
Sometimes with our old school traditions of having family
tomorrow
dinners,
what?
if you're not, your
Come
family is
to
somewhere
tomorrow.
else, you're really not gonna have
Yeah,
that.
the
And if
child
you don't
time
have a
come.
family, like if your father, your mother lives somewhere else, and your siblings, and you in the town by yourself, you're really not gonna
What's up,
have
Lisa?
those
Hey,
Sunday
Carlos,
dinners,
what time
but
coming
you can
tomorrow?
still hold those values unless you go back home. Hey guys, we're gonna get together next month. Let's all meet at the parents' house and have Sunday dinner.
Time you come.
You know, I'm not gonna say
So
not
that's-
everybody forgot about the old school values. It's just that the structure of the family
My
and
birthday is Sunday. Don't come
everybody
back
is
here.
has
It's
definitely
gonna
changed. But they're the modern day
You give me
men
time
and
to bring
women
up
is definitely not really having
7:00.
Sunday dinners because they don't care about that.
I
And
agree with
everything
you.
has definitely changed in their mindset. All they want to do is, hey girl, we want to go to brunch tomorrow. They want to go to brunch where you can eat and drink 2 hours unlimited. And that's what the modern person really wants to do. You might find some modern young men and women with old school values that's still trying to figure that out, like if they can find somebody, and that's why they like to take an older woman or something, like a younger man might want to date an older woman.
To help
And
teach
vice
those
versa.
issues, those
Right.
values.
I
But-
sure you
but-
got
but
flash
you're right.
twerk for me.
And you go, ain't nobody twerking.
But,
No,
but
there's something wrong.
to split up what you said, you're absolutely correct, but I believe that
Brittany,
those individuals who
all
might-
these men in here, they fronting. They don't care. They fronting. They frying.
Oh, turn that camera around, dude.
No, don't put that camera on me.
Don't turn it.
As a girl said,
Fronting. You know you like it when girls twerk too. Stop playing.
Yeah, but you don't want your girl twerking. It's like you like watching her.
My
nigga.
girl,
Like,
never
yo,
go to
look,
the restaurant.
Your girl is the best twerk in the building. Yeah, I want to see
She
her
gonna
twerk.
twerk for me.
Yo, it's like this, right?
Restaurant, bro.
It was like this. You don't know you can't set up. It's like this.
First of all, you
Hold on,
the
son.
jumps individual.
Hold on,
You
son.
gonna twerk for nobody but you.
When I
Hold
was
on,
younger.
It's like this. It's like you like seeing girls have naked in the street, but you don't want your girl or your wife have naked.
You know that's trash.
Some men.
Thank you.
Some
Because
men.
you're married.
We know it's trash.
We know that. Because it's something to look at because you're past
It's
it.
called eye candy.
That's it.
That means we get shot. We ain't got to buy it.
So what if you got an eye candy at home?
But she's not walking on, she's
My
gonna
eye
expose
candy in my house.
At home, she's working for
Not
you.
in the
At
club,
home,
dog, at a
she's
restaurant,
dropping it
bro.
low. When she at home,
It's not to show to anybody, just to your eyes.
You gotta have an imagination.
They can rain when you have alcohol.
You gotta have imagination. What Scotty, something we can imagine about.
Now, Telly, you can bring your woman, and she can be at the party tomorrow. She can be twerking because he's gonna be at a family gathering.
Family gathering?
So at the family gathering, she can twerk. Because we in the
But
family.
you're sitting there.
Yeah,
and
you're not
watching
twerking
your
at a
girl
family
next to
gathering.
you.
You're not twerking at a family
She
gathering.
just go out.
But at a restaurant, and a song come on, and we
And before grandma and mom at the table, she started hearing that song.
twerk, baby.
Then what?
No, I can't take him today.
Twerk.
You go to the
You
twerk?
gonna say,
Where? At a family
yo,
gathering? No.
Nico.
A restaurant.
No, you could
Yes.
dance at a
Mom and grandpa and grandma there.
No, you
No,
could
no,
dance at a
You gotta control that.
Yeah, where mama, grandpa,
You
all
gotta
that.
control that.
But if it's just the fellas, and we out with our
You're
girls,
hold on. You gotta control what she can twerk.
I can't control that. But
That is actually the question.
but she would have respect for me.
You hope she have respect.
No, I know she would.
Your ass said you can twerk anywhere.
That's right. You just
Not
said
not in front of grandma.
You said anywhere.
No, but you could dance with your
You said
Go
anywhere.
ahead, Nico.
Go get it. Twerk it for me right now. I got
Nico, go ahead.
you guys keep the same conversation.
What should they say
I'm
when
talking.
they say?
I'm
Don't
talking.
get up, Nico.
No, you could if you at a barbecue, your wife could twerk and dance with you. Yeah, she chooses to. It's all right, and you don't mind that, right? But like I said, on just like we agree about and disagree on the women that do certain stuff on set and we watch and we see, we don't marry certain girls, even though those are the stuff you like to see and you watch. That's all it is.
I think
No, that's not married. That's not white material.
No,
Hold
because
on.
you know that.
I'm
There's
gonna
more-
interject.
Hold on, man. Let me finish talking. There's more qualities in women that we see, we want, other than that. Because when you finish watching them and later on down in life, you need more of that.
I disagree.
But then that's up to you. You could disagree. There's nothing
We
wrong
don't
with that.
marry them, but we fall in love with them.
Who fucking
What's
falls in love with them?
wrong with you?
Who the fuck does that?
No, that's your man's though. But wait, that's your man's though.
That was my man.
That was your man that took today.
That was my man.
I know you joke.
That was my man. That was my man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's my
Hey,
man's.
whoa,
But he my man.
I'm a
Keep it
whole
real.
girl, but he
Keep
crazy.
it real, yo. Keep it real. Keep it real.
We know, we sit here talking around, we all know that will not tolerate when it comes down to our significant others, our close-knit girlfriend or husbands, and whatever situation or relationship we are in. Now, we want to hope that our
I don't know. There was so much
millennial baby that called them
like a lot of people.
learn something from family values when it comes down to
I actually don't know.
what they look at growing up.
So let me just say this, like
My
again,
nigga, my brother.
I'm old school.
I got
Right, I'm
one.
old school, but I'm just that one that really doesn't cook. If I needed to cook, I'm gonna cook. But I'm still old school. I'm not outside twerking.
You old school because you're old.
I'm not. No, it's not because I'm old.
Yeah.
You're scuds.
Wow.
No, what kind of
Who won
disrespect
taking
that's
that?
Old is
No,
a disrespect.
I'm still young.
Old
Stud.
is a disrespect.
I'm aging gracefully.
All right. I know too.
All right.
I
Well,
know.
like I was saying,
That's not disrespect. So
I'm not gonna be
I'm
outside
insulted
with
you
my
took that as a
butt cheeks
disrespect.
out. I love you.
Alright.
With my butt cheeks hanging out, my boobs out. No, I'm not. I'm just. That's just who I am as a person. Everybody is different,
Right.
but I know that that's something. If I'm on vacation, Yeah, you know, I might be outside like that on
What?
vacation. I'm in
Okay,
another
where you going?
country.
Why?
Cause it's vacation.
Where you going?
Scott, you still want
But I'm not,
You
I'm not
still
working
want
on
to
vacation.
Yes, you
No,
are.
I'm just saying.
Because nobody will know you. Nobody will see
Everybody
you.
know, you ain't gonna have me on social media.
That's what we call vacation.
You guys understand what that is?
I'm gonna twerk in the room for whenever I'm ready.
Vacation, they twerk.
Listen, we're going on vacation, I'm gonna be twerking for
May
them.
I ask a question?
Get on my
You
nerves.
guys have to understand one thing.
May I ask a question? So my question is, as all these old school men in here, what traditional values are you all carrying now?
Loyalty.
Go ahead, what's your, just one.
That's it.
One thing you're carrying.
Oh, listen. Oh, it's too bad.
Yeah, that should be one thing.
I know, that's what I'm saying, like I don't know,
So
like
you pick up
all
a
these
female.
people is.
No, we're not asking that. One,
One person.
one
right
value
now,
that you
two
still
people.
hold from old school.
But then later
One
on,
value.
they say a lot.
I'm not worried about
They
you
say,
picking up
I
one
don't
value,
know,
just
I
one
don't
value.
know, but this goddamn life. I'm just.
Do you still keep traditions? Do you still,
Like,
there's
I
a
said, a
family.
lot of people that I say it's not allowed.
Okay.
Who knows?
What? How you
What
feel?
we just said.
Let it be.
Okay.
Do what we.
Oh,
But that's not what we
Not
mean by
trying
that.
to-
That's
trying
not
to
what we
get
mean.
something.
What old school value do you still have?
The truth.
That truth.
Keeping it
Honesty.
Always.
No doubt.
Now, who you telling the
About
truth
the
to?
house.
Are you telling
That's
the
a
truth
good
to everybody,
question.
or you
Everybody.
lying to some people? Because I
Everybody.
heard some men,
I
they
don't got a lie.
tell, they lie to some women
I don't
and they
got a
tell
lie.
the truth
You're
to some
supposed
women.
to lie.
I don't got a lie.
So Darryl, what old school values do you still
I'm good.
hold true?
God is over you.
Truth. My old school values, said it, question
What
again?
old school values do you
Oh,
still
okay.
carry?
And the truth, family values.
And what
Old
is
school
that?
family values.
In what
And
way?
what it consists of is,
Family first?
our family goes first. No, it's God and the family.
Facts.
At the end of the
God
day,
family.
That's
God
how
family.
that's
Man,
how-
women.
we were
Don't let me get it
raised
twisted.
growing up. Because you gotta understand one thing.
Man and then
It was a
woman.
struggle to get to where we are today.
Man and that woman.
Be where we are today
Is God,
He's
man,
not.
and
I
woman.
can't hear Daryl.
So at the end of the day, you have to understand
She
one
don't
thing.
like hearing this.
Damn.
She don't like
There are
that. shit.
people.
I think we take a lot of things for granted when it comes
Hold
down
on,
to
Daryl.
values.
Hold on, Daryl.
And that-
One minute. Say that again. Is God?
Then family,
No.
man and
God.
family.
There you go. Say it again. God,
God
man.
and family.
Okay. Read that Brittany again. Oh, my bad.
But what did I say? I posed the question, and he was talking. You interrupted him. That's
Oh,
why
I thought you had a problem with
Go ahead, Daryl,
God.
because I was. Go
I thought
ahead,
you had a problem
Go
with
ahead, Daryl,
God.
because you interrupted him, and I couldn't hear anything he was saying.
I thought she had a
I
problem
could
with
not hear anything he was saying because you kept chatty. Shut your eyes.
I thought she had a problem with
Shit.
God, man, and family.
She been
Which
waiting so long.
means God, man,
Watch this.
and woman. She got a problem with that. That's the reason.
I don't have a problem with
That's
that.
a,
So I'm
That's
glad
not
to
That's
clarify
how
that.
it goes.
But the question was asked to me, what is my value when it comes down to
What values do you still hold?
And he said family.
Family.
God?
Family.
God is first and foremost. When a God, you have a family, or a man did family. God taught man to provide for his family,
Correct.
whether you want to accept that or not. And at the end of the day, we hoping, because we have a discussion of old school, new school, that's what sounds to me.
And then what's the twerking?
It wouldn't be no new school if old school didn't exist. It would be no new school if old school would teach the young generation values. Because at the end of the day, new school won't have no values. The millennium babies today, they make their own rules and believe their law. Until we check their behinds on, no, that's not right.
what law?
So
Their
Nico,
laws, whatever they may be.
so you.
I'm not saying it's
Let me
correct.
ask you one question, and you just want to get attention. Nico, what old school values do you carry?
You sure?
She can't keep it back down.
Oh,
What is that?
I need him to stay on topic. Nico, what old school values? No.
But I'm just stopping that.
Nico, what old Nico, what old school values do you still carry?
What old school God I still carry?
Yes.
The same way I carry. God, man, family.
God,
Man,
man, and then female, and then everybody else. That's what I feel. But at the same time, most of the time, I feel like men supposed to take care of their kids and their family.
it's not an option. You created, you got to care.
It's not an option. You're right, God. It's not an option. You're not
It's not an
out
option.
there. Once you create a family, you're supposed
You don't know you got them, you find a lady, you take care of it.
I still have that back. But I supposed to be the main provider. You need main provider. You know, sometimes it might be a little heavy on you. You have to try your best to make sure you're still able to take care of the people and the family. Just you and the woman at that time, or you and
So Kelly,
that's the main thing.
so Kelly, what old school values do you have? I'm gonna do this. What old school values do you still carry?
He still believes in twerking.
Behind
The
you,
girl doesn't supposed to.
hold behind you,
Y'all don't know your body right now.
Okay. Old school values.
Yo, bring the girl over. Y'all don't know your body right now.
One old school value I cherish.
Y'all don't know your body right now.
And I would like to
Say true.
pass on to my
Later, bro. Say trip.
generations.
You can't send Nico's
Yes.
good thing.
I'll figure that tomorrow. Figure it.
Enjoying
I see you bring it back.
the moment. I grew up where my mother and my dad took time out to enjoy themselves, each other, and the moment. They send the kids to grandma and they party.
anybody twerking?
They was whatever they were doing. They were adults. They were allowed to do it, and they did it. But again, the value that I got from that is, don't put off today.
What you do tomorrow?
Don't put off. Yeah, that's it. Again, thank you. You know what I'm talking about.
You know what you're talking about?
I remember vividly my parents every Sunday, Christmas time, New Year's Day, Boxing Day, Old Year's Night. My dad would dress up in a suit, and the temperature's 100 degrees in the equator in Guyana. Dress up in a white suit. And my mother would dress in her flyer's dress, and they would go disco dancing. Still remember that shit. Nice. That's it. Those are the values I want to pass. Like, take time out and enjoy the moment today. That's it.
No, I can't. I love it.
You know, that's real because at the end of the day, you know, I don't want you to come off me because H got to talk. He got to ask H the same question. H.
H, what old school
H right now.
What old school values do you still carry, H?
Hey, here you go, H. Make sure I get my mic back.
Not 'cause I'm in.
Y'all don't know your body right now.
Brittany got a great question.
Hopefully, Nico don't interrupt me. Nigga said, y'all don't know your body right now.
Always say something like that.
My old school values that I still
I ain't saying this shit. It's just too
adhere
fucking
to
long.
is just
No, it's not late.
the way that I grew up,
Can't do no recording. Fuck that shit.
you know, with my parents, growing up on Dean Street in the 70s, 80s, the love that we had outside on the stoop,
Yeah,
ice cream,
all together.
you know, eating 75-cent pizza on the stoop.
Yeah,
Everybody was outside. Everybody was outside chilling. Or the neighborhood was your village.
Word.
That's what I remember
Yeah.
growing
So
up.
beat your ass if you
And
did
they
something.
beat your
Or
ass.
Sent you home to your parents.
Or
And,
snitch.
oh, they gonna snitch on you.
As they should.
And that's what I miss.
But that's
you know,
yeah, that's
growing up
yeah.
in the 70s and the 80s and the love that you had with your family and friends. Everybody was family, the community. And that's what I really miss growing up in Brooklyn in the 70s and the 80s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I miss that. I
I'll
love
put it
it.
on Instagram for sure.
And it was a beautiful time.
It was,
You know, like I said, I'm 50 years old. And just remember, you know, playing kick the can and running bases, baseball, what else? Skelly, manhunt. That was a beautiful time.
I know you have to play some.
That's a beautiful time
Yeah.
period in my life and most of our lives. most of us are in our 50s here, but we got some young,
No, not
beautiful
yet.
sisters here also.
Only one.
So, you know, that's what I miss.
The
You know,
question-
I miss the family.
Now, send your question back to the poser, right?
Right.
You have any old school values that you,
All right,
Your
y'all.
family-
Hey, Chase, I'm out.
Peace.
you got any old school values from your family that you
I
want
love them.
Well, thank you, Mona, for
Oh,
asking
yeah,
me
fun.
that
That's
question.
Yo, yo,
what
yo.
created-
Oh, we had so much fun.
created character.
So, old school values, definitely mainly family oriented. I would love to have a big, close knit family. You know, my husband provided, also I'm providing, you know, I'll have dinner and stuff ready, but I just feel as though if I want to submit to somebody,
It's not about submitting.
you don't think so?
Go ahead.
No, I don't think so. It needs to be, I need to have something to submit to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to bash you, I don't need to do
You
that.
submit
I don't
it,
need
though.
to do that.
You're right. You want to submit to somebody that's worth submitting to.
Thank you. It's like you have to have
She said
something
submit.
to do. I could be that
Brittany, I
whole,
love you.
I could be that whole traditional woman, cooking and cleaning, taking care of the children and everything of that nature.
You can?
But yes, I could. But I needed to be, I need to make sure that my foundation is strong, that my husband is strong. Like, I'm not going to play that traditional role.
You're a punk.
Exactly. You
You gonna
know,
forgive him if he cheat?
no, it's
Why
over
not?
if he cheats. It's over.
But that's traditional too.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's not.
We gotta
Grandma
leave
back in the
We
day
gotta
did
leave that
say,
tradition alone.
but Brittany Jolette will not. I'm sorry. I'm gonna clean you out with your pension. Thank you. That's what we wanted. And me and my kids are gonna live good. And I don't even need your
She said the
pension. I
nicest
don't-
thing at the end of the podcast.
But yeah, traditional values, I think they are still being instilled today in 2023. It's just that you have to find that person that's out here doing that. Not everybody is practicing that. And I get it. And a lot of people, and I would say a lot of modern people, we're creating our own values now. It may not be Sunday dinner every Sunday. It may be planning trips. How many of y'all actually went out on trips? You know,
That's right.
play airplanes, you know, going overseas, exploring, doing different
Yeah,
things.
you
It
forget
doesn't
it.
have necessarily have to be black and white, you know.
That's right, that's right.
So
That's what I'm talking about. My girl, break. We got to
Break,
like
break.
Modern, modern.
So-
Represented.
again.
You got to forgive the man if he
if you're cheating, I'm not forgiving you. It's over. It's a wrap.
cheating is
Ma'am,
not,
you're stupid if you're saying.
cheating does not mean I don't love you.
Then what
So,
does that
about
mean?
to- so
What we
again,
gonna
I'm
talk
Kawana. I'm the hostess with the mostest. And what old school values that I'm going to continue, or like H said, I grew up over here, Vanderbilt Avenue, and you know, we used to have a lot of fun. It was back in the days. Parents, your parents weren't around, and your neighbor saw you doing something. They was kicking you behind, and then they let your parents know later on. You know, I had to take care of X, Y, and Z because they were doing X, Y, and Z. So I kind of miss those values and things like that. But I'm just old school. I have an old school spirit, and that's just who I am. But on a positive note, you want to say something before we close? 'Cause
No, and I agree with you. I have a old school upbringing, but I have a new school mentality.
Right.
Because why? I got to keep up with my nephews, their kids,
And
I know
HH, your
you.
brother HH.
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 And at the end of the day, there will be no new bringing, or the old school bringing.
Right.
Bottom line.
So yeah, so again, I'm Kawana. This
I'm
is
D.
Community Cuts. We
You
have
want to hold
607
the mic? I'm sorry, go ahead.
we 607 Vanderbilt Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, Nico's Barbershop. Every Friday night, we here lining together, just talking, chatting, doing whatever. So if you want to pull up, bring a bottle. They drink Privilege. They drink Johnny Walker Black. So we drink Moet. So Tito's. If you want to pull up with us, make sure you come with a bottle. We'll come with some food.
Ace.
Oh, you can bring an Ace of Spades.
And have an open mind.
But you always have an open mind. Come for some laughter.
And make sure you bring
Sometimes it might be some tears depending on the topic. But we just a family community, and we just like the vibe. And it's
And we
Friday.
drink. Bring a bottle.
CommunityCuts39@gmail.com. Check us out. Some other shows that's up there. Check it out. But again, have a good night, and thank you for joining us.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
And cook.
Please,
Thank you.
and God. Take my mic off, please. My mic is hot.
You talk.
Give me
You
a
was talking.
Thank you. Thank you to the family out there. please, as Kwana said, please, communitycuts@39@gmail.com. Thank you for joining us every Friday. We're gonna have a new show, a new topic, and if you want to participate with us, please,
That shit smelling like that.
email us at communitycuts@39@gmail.com.
Oh, wait, I got one.
Thank you. We're ending the show now. God bless you, family, and we look forward to hearing from you. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Okay, let's talk about this whole cheating
Anybody else
thing.
wanna win?
Yes!
Oh wait, in the live. We not in the
What's
live.
that?
Damn, can you
Why
sit
don't
up?
you do microphone?
It is.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
You ended, dude? Is it?
It's ended.
Not yet.
Here, how this go?
The mic is still up.
Not my